Hello guys, and welcome back to another video, and in today's we are covering the almighty topic. Yes, that's right people, I'm going to tell you how to build big arms. Now, no, they don't look very big there, but anyway, I get countless messages a day asking me, how do I build big arms? How do I get huge triceps? How do I get massive? Well, today I'm going to show you one part of your body and how you're going to get massive. Now, I'm going to break the video into 3 parts. We're going to break down the arm. I'm going to show you where the muscles insert, what different insertions, what they're made of. Well, I'm not actually going to show you what it's made of. I'm going to just break it down and show you each section and how it should be hit. Then I'm going to show you exercise selection and what I did, so frequency, execution and everything like that. And then we are going to go into a workout which I did the other day, and that was after my shoulder session. So I don't actually have sole arm days anymore. I always add them into my bigger muscle group session because they're not my priority at the moment. I like to say that I rarely train them anymore because I want my other body parts to like gain. As when I was younger, I used to train them pretty much every day, and I feel it did contribute a lot to their development, but we will get to that later on in the video. Now, breaking down the arm. Your arm mainly made out of 2 parts. Well, okay, we're focusing on this part here. Your biceps and your triceps. Now your biceps, is split into 2 parts. So you've got the short head and the long head. And then tri, you've got 3 parts. You've got the short head, long head, and lateral head. Each one needs to be hit sufficiently to create a big and round arm, full arm. So you can't just stick to certain movements. You need to have variety in each movement, hitting them from different angles, because I do believe hitting everything in different angles will allow for a greater function of the muscle, causing it to grow. If you just stick to one movement, you're only going to grow it in one way. And when I was younger, I did neglect that, so my arms have grown in a certain way. So my long head underneath here is far overdeveloped compared to my lateral head here. Same on my bicep. So my long head is a lot more overdeveloped than my short head. Now this is down to me not doing enough hammer grip movements, because when you're actually doing hammer grip movements, so when your hands in a neutral position, coming up like so, you're working the inner side. At any movement where you're coming inside, you're actually working your short head. And the wider you go out, so say you're doing wide barbell curls, you're actually hitting the inner side. So wider you go, more inside. The closer you go, more outside. And that is the same for the triceps as well. So if you have your elbows flaring out and you're pressing down, hitting the lateral head. Outwards, hitting the long head. Medium grip, you're kind of getting all over, and then the short head. Same for your biceps. So that gets into the grip wise. You've got supination and pronation. Pronation, again, when it comes to the biceps, you'll be using a lot more forearms, working more of the outer head. When it's supinated, think holding a soup, you're going to be working more of the long head. Now, that's just breaking down the biceps really quickly. Now, you probably already knew that, or you didn't want to hear that, and you're probably thinking, oh, just tell me how to get big arms. Now, what I did to get big arms, so weights. People think that lifting heavy is the way forward. People think that lifting as heavy as you can, that's how you're going to get big. No, especially when it comes to arms, because arms don't need a lot of weight. What you need is tension. And luckily, I learned that at quite a young age. I mean, yes, your arms will get stronger, and yes, you will be able to move heavy weight, but the one major factor that I took away, and that I really think that contributed to a lot of my arm development, was higher reps, so ranging between 10 to 20, lighter weights, focusing on the contraction. The amount of drop sets I would do, the amount of tension and blood that I'd pump into my muscles, well, the biceps and the triceps, would be far more than anything else, and they react well to volume. You don't want to be sitting there doing 5 reps on bicep curls, swinging your back and all over the place. What you need to be doing is controlling each and every movement, creating that tension, driving the blood into those muscles and tearing those muscle fibers, causing them to grow. And you can do that with every muscle, but I'd always say, because your arms, they are literally the levers of every other muscle group. So you don't have arms, you can't train your chest. They can take more volume, they can be trained more frequently. To be honest with you, I always stick to the twice a week per muscle group rule, but with arms, I say you can probably do it 4 times a week. I wouldn't say like fully blown sessions, but I say like 8 sets per workout on either biceps or triceps, and you would be good. The amount of volume that you want to create is high. Okay, you want to be hitting everything from every angle. Wide, close, hitting your long head, short head. Again, everything is different. When you're going over the head, you're hitting the outers. You're going over the head, especially for the triceps. There's so many variety, but you always want to be making sure that variety is key, especially when it comes to your arm training. Now, again, always have the staples in there, like your heavy barbell curls. And when I say heavy, it's still controlled. You're hitting those 10 reps. And then dips. Dips, one of the main things, especially bodyweight dips, that cause my triceps, I think, to grow personally. And I think moving forward in anyone's training plan, dips should be a main staple of any pushing movement, especially because of the chest development as well. Now, going into what I did in the past, it was training them after every major muscle group, apart from legs, and then having a day just on them. So for example, my old training routine used to be chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs, shoulders, and a little bit of arms, and then an arm day. So you can see how that high frequency arm workout really helped maximize it. And I felt like, I never felt like my arms would ache. Yeah, I probably took away some of my strength in a lot of the big lifts because they were probably always fatigued, but they grew. And I would definitely recommend that. If you really want to grow your arms, that's your main thing, just make them a priority. It's just like anything. If you want to make your legs big, you make your legs a priority. Train them twice, hell, even 3 times a week. I know people that train them 3 times a week. I've done it in the past, and trust me, they will blow up. Again, if you want to get something big, my main tip is just train it more. But once it's recovered, don't do it day after day. I'd always recommend, if you can, leave it 48 hours, then train it again. Or if you're feeling better, you're absolutely fine. That's the beautiful thing about arms, that you can split it. You can do biceps one day, then triceps the other day, then biceps and triceps. You get where I'm coming from. But you don't want to create imbalances like I did, because when I was younger, I was just all arms. So now I lower my training frequency. I only train arms once a week. When I do push-pull legs, I'm currently on a push-pull legs repeat. I'll only do arms on the first cycle, and then the next one will be chest and shoulders, and then it'll just be back, or just like a pull day. So yeah, just my main takeaways from this is focus on tension. Don't overload your muscles or your body with stupid weight, because at the end of the day, they are a tiny muscle. Take care of them, just pump them full of blood, and train them with frequency, controlling the weights, and just time under tension. Now I know we're gonna get to the good part here. We're gonna show you one of my workouts, which I did the other day after one of my shoulder sessions. I tend to do it because my training program always changes. Like, I'll either do push-pull legs, or do chest and back, shoulders and arms, etc. I'll do upper body, lower body. I'm all over the place, but I just train how I feel and what I like, really. So this workout here is a superset workout. We're doing biceps and triceps. It took me about half an hour. I will do a commentary over that one, and I hope this little bit helped. But enjoy the workout, and I will speak to you in a second.
All right, guys, so you're listening to my voice again, but this is the arm workout that I did the other day following my shoulder workout. I actually started with a giant set, so this was 4 exercises back to back. As you see here, I'm working on the wide grip portion of the EZ bar curl, aiming for 10 reps. Again, I'm controlling this movement. I'm trying to squeeze at the top at the peak contraction, making sure that the negative phase is very controlled, and then going straight into the close grip portion, working on the outer side of the biceps, like I said before. Again, both of these were 10 reps, and I allowed like 5 seconds in between each of these exercises, but you want to try and keep this as consistent as possible, pumping again as much blood as possible, trying not to swing at all, but when it gets towards the end, it does get a little bit hard. Then straight after that, it was another superset. I did rope extensions, really trying to squeeze and flaring my elbows out. So I'm working on the lateral head of the tricep. Really, again, you're controlling the movement. Remember, I don't move the weights fast. I move them nice and slow. And then finishing the giant set with overhead extensions. So as soon as you're done with the previous exercise, you twist around and then you pump as much blood here. I actually did these to failure each time, and that was the first set of exercises. All right, so the second set of exercises today was incline dumbbell curl into skull crushers. Everything today was 3 sets. This here was 12 to 15 reps, and then the same again on the skull crushers. Again here, you're trying to pin your elbows back, not allowing any movement. The only thing that's moving is your forearm. Again, just trying to pump as much blood as I can and direct all that contraction into the bicep. No momentum, as that's how you want to maximize the amount of tension that you're applying to your muscle, and that goes for anything. And then I did the skull crushers again for 12 to 15 reps. I'm trying to go behind the head here, as this will allow for a greater stretch. Feet up, as you'll have to use more stabilizers in your arms. It was actually pretty tough. I like to use a fairly narrow grip, and I'm trying to flare my elbows out so that I'm using more of the lateral head. So moving on to our last superset, we did rope hammer curls into machine dips. Really trying to focus on the outside of the bicep here. So I'm really squeezing each and every rep at the top, applying as much tension as I can, as this was just a finisher. Again, 3 sets of around 12 to 15 reps. As my goal now, my goal with arms, like I said before, is not to get them big, but just work on the finer details. So working on the short head of the bicep is one of my priorities. And then I just finished on machine dips. If you don't have this machine, I would recommend either normal bodyweight dips, or if you can't do that, bench dips. As dips, again, like I said before, are the best tricep builders out there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this commentary and the video, and please take this away and go grow yourself some arms.